Stephanie Mansour. She is one of our favorite people here. I've known her for a very long time. Step It Up with Steph. You've seen her on the Today Show. She has an incredible website, stepitupwithsteph.com. She's a wellness expert, a fitness trainer. She's just an all-around amazing person. She helps people lose weight, stay healthy, and we're getting ready for 2022, which I can't believe those words are coming out of my mouth. 2022.
Can't either, but Rudy, you make everything sound good. So I'm so happy to be here with you today. This is exciting.
All right, so let's talk a little bit. We're going into January in a couple of days, and usually December, it's full of temptations. It's holiday parties, it's work gatherings, it's bar crawls. And with things changing in the world, those temptations really haven't been there. Is it making it easier for people to try to set those goals for themselves in the new year?
Rudy, you think it would make it easier, but what I have found is that a lot of my clients are actually, having pity party celebrations because, the world is coming a little bit back to normal, but not quite. So people are really blowing things up when they can and feeling like they're making up for a couple of years of lost time. So I am still finding that people's heads just aren't in the game yet, and they are putting this off until January 1st. Now, it is easier to, drink more water because we're at home and maybe add more veggies because we're in our own environment and we're not going to so many parties, but that's really not what's on people's mind, to be quite honest.
I mean, let's even talk about, what we've been through. You just said people haven't been doing this for a couple of years. The struggle of maybe hardships financially, that social connection, things that are going on in people's lives that make it harder to eat healthy, or, you're eating your feelings, or you're not being able to go to the gym. Talk a little bit about that, how that's impacting, our lives, and maybe how we can incorporate everything we've gone through into our goals for 2022.
Yeah, if there's one thing this pandemic has taught us about health and wellness, it's that we can access it. When we're at home, we can make our home gym. When we're at home, we can cook healthy. When we're stuck at home, we can do all these things. But, for one reason or another, a lot of us just aren't motivated to do that. And what that's taught us is that it really is a mindset issue. It's an issue of, do you value yourself enough to make that healthy meal, to drink more water and maybe less alcohol? Do you really value yourself enough to commit to a daily workout plan? Where is that self-worth, and where is that feeling of wanting to do healthy things for yourself? We're missing that. And that's something that I've found that, this pandemic has taught us. We can have everything at our fingertips here, but if we're stressed, if we're emotional, if we're not sleeping, if we're scared, all those healthy habits that we could be implementing just go out the window.
Let's talk a little bit about some weight loss blunders and things that kind of hinder our ability to reach our goals, or to feel that we deserve the goals that we really want for ourselves. One of the ones you talk about is overcommitting, especially during this time in the holidays, and especially with working from home. A lot of people are like, well, I can do 12 different things because I'm here, and maybe they feel guilt about it, or they haven't seen people, so they want to rush and do a bunch of things. But then you're stressed, you don't want to exercise, you just want to open that bag of chips at the end of the day. What does overcommitting do that sabotages our goals?
Yeah, and I'm right there with everyone, by the way, Rudy. I overcommit for myself all the time. It's like, okay, I'm gonna do this workout, and then I'm gonna make a home cooked meal, and then I'm gonna, drink my tea instead of my cocktail. Then by the end of the day, I'm like, oh, what did I just sign up for the day? So this overcommitting thing is real. And if you're successful, if you're a go-getter, you want to, shoot for the stars. But what I actually encourage people to do, especially over the holidays, is to use my 50% rule, and that is take whatever your goal is, whatever your to-do list is, cut it in half by 50%. So half your goals so that you can actually reach them. If you've got a tracker for your steps and your goal is 10,000 steps a day, cut that down to 5,000 steps, cut it in half. And success breeds success. So when we feel like we're able to check off, half the things on our to-do list, and that's complete, that's going to encourage us and motivate us to actually do that the next day and the next day and the next day.
Let's talk a little bit about being overzealous. I mean, obviously, it's one of the things that we can easily go down a rabbit hole on social media of seeing different, trainers and celebrities and people with perfect hair and perfect skin and perfect bodies, and feeling like, okay, for the new year, I want to lose 75 pounds, and I want to have this type of, thing where it's, you overshoot what your goals might be. What are some realistic expectations that people can do and not set themselves up for comparing themselves to other people?
Yeah, great question. The social media thing is real. Comparison-itis is real, comparing ourselves to what we see. And something that I encourage people to keep in mind is, even for myself, like this is my life, health, wellness, food, fitness, like this is my job. I'm focused on this. Many people are not. Many people, they're lucky if they've got 30 minutes a day to focus on this. So keep in mind that the people you might be comparing yourself to probably have a different schedule. They probably have different priorities. Maybe this is part of their career. If they're an influencer, they get paid to look a certain way, to do workouts. You don't get paid to work out, So it's like people have different motivators and people have different reasons for doing what they're doing. So make sure you don't fall into that trap on social media. But, more importantly, if you can take yourself and look at yourself holistically and say, you know what, calorie counting or macros or intermittent fasting, like that sounds great. And I see people that are doing that, but does that really work for me? Does that really work for my lifestyle? Take back the control and take back the power so that you feel like you're the authority on your own health. If you see everyone getting a $2,000 Peloton and if you're not going to use it or if your budget doesn't allow for that, get rid of those people. Don't follow them on social media. Don't talk to them. Do your own workout program. Maybe you're someone that needs to just start with stretching in bed. One is not better or worse than the other. So really look at yourself holistically. What do you need mentally? What do you need physically? What fits into your lifestyle? And then go from there. And keep everyone else outside and away from you and not in your line of sight.
Let's talk a little bit about fitness at home. A lot of people maybe don't feel comfortable going to the gym right now, or, their schedules have changed because they are working from home and are able to, leave the kids to be able to go to, to the gym or to a fitness class. So a lot of people are doing, their workouts or trying to get them in at home. But sometimes it's a struggle, especially if you're juggling and wearing many other hats. What can people do, especially if they've been saying like, I'm going to work out from home, I'm going to work out from home? What can they do, especially, starting January 1st?
Yeah, that's a great question. And I mean, talk about, the Today Show. I make a monthly workout plan for the Today Show, Rudy, that is only 20 minutes. Sometimes it's only 10 minutes a day. So think about this, like, you may see all these, fanatics with their workouts from home, but 10 or 20 minutes, and I even say 5 minutes is where you can start. So meet yourself where you're at. If you're someone that's strapped to your desk and you are unmotivated to get up and, start doing arm punches or do yoga twists or maybe, Jane Fonda aerobics, just sit and do shoulder rolls. Just sit and do neck stretches. Sit, hand on your heart, hand on your belly, breathing exercises. Meet yourself where you're at because like I said, success breeds success. So if you feel like you're doing something good for yourself, you're going to feel successful. And that's going to keep you going for the next day. Now, if you are looking to step it up, I always recommend, a new shiny object can help get you motivated. So let's say you want to get, a pair of pink dumbbells, or you want to get a resistance band, or, you want to get a new yoga mat, or maybe a new workout top. That can serve as motivation too. But just remember, it's that shiny object, it's going to lose its effect after a week or two. So use it for what it is, just a little bit of motivation, and then have that get yourself back into the habit.
I do want to touch upon fitness apps because everyone has been using technology a whole lot more, especially over the past 20 months. And there's been a lot of advertisements as far as doing, yoga and weight classes and, all different types of fitness activities on your phone. But if you're someone who's easily distracted and somebody who is like, let me text somebody, or I may not be into this exercise, let me start scrolling social media. Is that a good idea? Or should you be looking for maybe like a laptop or an iPad or something to do those classes?
Yeah, that's a great question. It's like the ADD on the phone. Like, is the app going to help me or is the app going to hurt me? I do have to say I was motivated, because of this pandemic and because of people asking me. I created my own Step It Up with Steph app, Rudy. And this app is not just workout routines. It's not just food. If you do have that ADD, great, because I want you to look at the mindset and motivation that we have so that you can get your head in gear and train your brain to commit to yourself. Now, if you can download an app on an iPad, for example, that's going to be a little bit less distracting. But you can also turn your cell phone to do not disturb. So that way you can't get any incoming texts or calls while you're on an app. So that could kind of serve as, instead of your commute time to the gym, you take 30 seconds and put your cell phone on do not disturb. Now, I do want to show you here in the App Store, we've got this hot pink S, Step It Up with Steph. I know you've made graphics for me before.
Of course, amazing.
I know. And like this, you used to do this as like, you know, the big screen behind me and stuff. I felt so cool. Now I feel cool in the App Store because we got this going. So it's free to download the Step It Up with Steph app in the App Store. And of course, you can get a subscription, and that the subscription price goes up at the beginning of January. So make sure you get that soon. But, you know, workout classes, recipes, mindset, motivation. I've got daily challenges in there that are 2 minutes a day that you can help motivate yourself. You know, you want to find something that works for you. And if you are someone that is tracking calories and you're using a food app, and maybe you're using a workout app for workouts, my app really brings all that together as the missing link to create a more holistic approach to health and wellness. So again, it comes back to knowing yourself, knowing what's going to work for you. Again, easily distracted, put the phone on Do Not Disturb, get the app on the iPad, and then also, you know, pick your poison in terms of what you're going to use the app for, and know that you are worth that time on that app. And those texts can wait, those calls can wait, Instagram's always going to be there. You know, so really focus on deserving this time for yourself and wanting to give yourself this self-care and support.
Amazing. And then final question here. It has been a little bit of a juggling act, especially for parents, to try to give themselves that 30 minutes, especially if they have young kids, or helping the kids homeschool, or helping them with homework, or just even taking care of their kids in general. Yeah. Advice for parents to still get that workout in for themselves and to take care of themselves while trying to manage being parents.
Yeah. So this might sound crazy, but you know, like, the advice when you're dating is like, leave them wanting more, you know? So if you're a parent and if you don't have 30 minutes, if you don't have 20 minutes, give yourself that 5 minutes and leave yourself wanting more. Leave yourself the next day being like, that was really great 5 minutes. I'm going to do that again today. And only 5 minutes, and leave yourself wanting more. Psychologically, this is so much more powerful than overcommitting and underperforming. So I really want you to make this really short commitment, fit it in, and then leave yourself, you know, hungry for more the next day.
Oh my goodness, Steph, this is such great advice. It's so good to see you. StepItUpWithSteph.com. Check out the website. Also go to the App Store. Check out her app. Get it before the holidays if you want to get that subscription service, because the price is gonna rise in January. But you know, we're at the end of the year. This is a great way to set your goals. I mean, in all different types of ways. And we're looking forward. Let's touch base in about a month to see where people are, and maybe give them a little bit of help trying to keep those goals, because it's difficult. I mean, it's tough. And if you're not having your normal routine, you know, you really need that extra motivation. And Steph is amazing. And we're so happy that she has this platform.
Thanks, Rudy. And we can't be afraid to course correct in January. So if something's not working, we can always change course.